Romans 4 is such a powerful chapter in the Bible. It talks about Abraham and his faith, and we get to take lessons that Abraham went through and apply them to our lives a- about faith. I want to look at verse 19. And not being weak in faith, he did not consider his own body already dead, since he was about 100 years old, and the deadness of Sarah's womb. So God had promised Abraham that he would give him all these descendants, the nations, numerous, sons, whatever. He said, "Look up at the stars. You're going to have more descendants than that," right? He didn't even have a single son. He did not have a single son. There was no, he could look and see opposite of what God said. But that's what faith is. Faith is this things we can't see. We can't see that, you have to believe. So God promised Abraham he would have all these descendants, generations after generations. But he's 100 years old. Sarah's womb is dead. She's also old. They're way past childbearing age, and he does not have a single kid. He does not have any children, but he had to believe in God. And we see a skill. There is such skill in this verse. It says, not being weak in faith, he did not consider his own body. What does that mean? He wasn't looking at what was a fact. He wasn't looking at the fact that he was 100. He wasn't looking at the fact that Sarah's womb was dead. He was looking at God who had promised. He had such faith in God. It says not being weak in faith. So we're going to have some faith in God. And what's a way we can have faith in God? Don't consider the circumstance you see. So if you go to the doctor and they give you a bad report, okay, cool. But my God says, by the stripes of wound Jesus, I'm healed. If God told me he was going to provide financially, it doesn't matter if I have a bill coming, God's providing financially. That's what it means to look and not consider, in this case, your own body. Don't consider the circumstances. Abraham did not consider the fact that he was 100 years old. That is such a hard thing to concept in a humane way, that he's 100 years old. You, it's like, no way you're having a kid. Like, give it up. You're not having a kid. But he trusted in God and he saw God's faithfulness come through. But he needed to have faith. And this is a skill we have to take on. If we want to see God's miracles, we want to see him come through, we can't consider what we see. We can't consider our circumstances. Do not let your attention be on your circumstance and not on the one who can change it all, and not on God. If our eyes and our attention is not on God, we will not be able to see him move, because we're trusting in our circumstances. We're looking at our circumstances and not God and not what God promised. So hear from God, see what he promised, read what he promised, and believe in that. Everything else is a lie.